Bam! What is going on, guys? What is going on? Now, you guys know I usually start the stream and just, I used to have a timer, then I went away from the timer, but I need the timer when, I got other things to do. Now, hold on. I want to get that sound out the way, so just give me a second. I can't have that sound in the middle of this, okay? Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys, for tuning in. What is going on with everybody? Thank you for tuning in with me this Sunday. You guys seen that last live stream? Got pretty deep. I didn't expect it to get that deep with Team Xecuter having these members being arrested. So many things going on in the scene. I've got so many things sent to me. I've been asked so many questions. And still there is a lot of uncertainty. So as I'm going through a lot of this, I'll recap what we talked about previously just for those who missed it. Before we even go into that, guys, please hit a like, share this content. If you are on YouTube, hit the notification bell, give the thumbs up. That really helps me out. If you're on Facebook, I would like for you to follow my page. That is a big deal. I was doing the point, I was going to take off those live streams for Facebook because I received the actual revenue from YouTube. But I'm not going to do that. It seems like Facebook members are very engaged just as well. They want to be a part of it, so I want to make sure to not pull those down. So I'm not going to pull them down, but I would like you guys to just go ahead and either share the content, or if you like, you can just follow the page. The more followers I get, the longer it's going to stay here. Same for Twitch and other ones, okay? Glad I got the way. And also, today, I will be giving away 3 different Steam keys. I have a total of about 24 games. So if you win, I will give you the list of all 24 games. You get to pick one of the games of your choice. Now, these are Humble Bundle games. This is from September and this month of October. You guys probably see the Humble Bundle discount link in my description. You can go ahead and click on that if you like, just having some games. You can also donate to charity doing that and other things. So I appreciate being a Humble Bundle partner. Now, I'm glad you guys let me get all that out the way. Notice I got that out the way first, because once I get in, I don't want to get out. Okay. So I'm going to recap. For those who missed the last live stream, it was a big deal with these 2 members of Team Xecuter being arrested, okay? And these 2 members were key players. I do believe, I think it was Ryan Clem who actually posted on the comments to the Instagram account of one of the people, okay? And I seen that Instagram account. Dude is all over the world. Okay, if he ain't a key player, then damn. Okay, he's all over the world, though. I've seen him over here. He's over there. He's hanging off cliffs. He's doing push-ups. Dude's ripped. I mean, I just ripped. I ain't got it like him. Okay, but he living a life. Now he's living a life in jail. So, hope everything works out with him. If, not sure how that's going to go. I don't want to speak too much into cases because I don't want to be held liable for nothing. Also, the other one was Gary. Okay, and a lot of people just say Gary. Some people call him Gary OPA, Gary Opa, or whatever it is. We believe that's him. I don't have 100% certainty on that, so I'm just going to say allegedly. But if that is him, he was somebody that was in the scene. Many of us had seen and spoke with. Many of us had talked with. And great dude. So I hate to have that happen to him. Now, it wasn't just Team Xecuter, guys, okay? A lot of resellers, people, installers. There were all types of people, me included. A lot of YouTubers suffered from Nintendo's wrath. My videos were taken down. I had copyright strikes. I couldn't put up videos for a certain amount of time. So Nintendo definitely came for me too. Okay? Nintendo now has sent everybody who's using SXOS in a frenzy. Yes, they're in a frenzy. And for those who don't know what SXOS is, I get a lot of people now, just so y'all know, tuning in who have no idea about the Switch scene. SXOS is a custom firmware. If you don't know about that, you can tune into the previous videos. There we go. So, SXOS users are worried. I can't tell you how many I had asked me, Nick, is it time I switch to Atmosphere? How should I switch to Atmosphere? If that's something you want to do, you can. I know Eli Mo. I can shout out Eli. I hope that's okay, Eli. But Eli actually helped out a lot of people with that. So you can. I know there's others. All those admins out there, too, in the Facebook groups. Let me give you guys a shout out. I think Vinny, John Pond. I said Eli. I know I'm forgetting some, but all you guys are wonderful, keeping everybody up to date with everything with SXOS because we need to know that. Okay, now you notice I'm getting all this out the way. Remember I said a recap because we're going to really turn up. Okay, so as these members are locked up, I get a lot of people saying, should I switch? Lo and behold, shortly after that, I get another message saying, hey, the SXOS activation server is down. Ooh, that hurt. Now, when I seen that, I ain't gonna lie, I was scared. But I got word that it's back up. Okay, it's back up. You guys can go ahead and check that. You can confirm for me if it is back up. I am not 100% on that. I didn't check yet, but someone else let me know it is back up. But I'm not sure if it going down had anything to do with what happened. Because once you're dealing with the FBI, you're dealing federal crimes, you don't really get away often. What is it, a 90% conviction rate? Okay, I mean, Martha Stewart couldn't get past the feds, okay? It was many people. Now, there are some cases that have been beat, but it's a 90% conviction rate. So, best prayers to them. If I need to do something to help out with that situation, I will, because I'm all about helping out everyone in this scene. That's my job, getting the information out, letting you guys know where we're going from here. Now, with that, so it's back up. Everybody's going, yay, okay. So the next question is, what happens when Nintendo puts out a new update? Will we see another version of SXOS? My sources say yes. My sources say the moment Nintendo releases it, boop, that's it, done, okay? But we have some people who saying this is going to put a damper in Team Xecuter. I heard someone says it's over. It's done. It's finito. Okay? No more. So I don't know in that. So what I'm doing today is I have a list of questions. And I have a bunch of guys who call in. A lot of you guys, some of you are in the scene. Some of you are not even in the scene. But some of you have been in the scene since back in 2002. Okay? I got a list of questions, so I'm going to go down these questions. As a matter of fact, I'm going to answer some of the questions, but I want to get the answers from sources. So if any of you guys here, you see the number on the screen, okay, you can go ahead and call in, all right? I'm going to start calls early, all right? I usually, you guys know, I don't start calls this early, but I got one caller already. Hold on, caller. Just give me a moment. Let me get set up here. Okay, I wasn't ready for you. That was my fault. Okay, here we go. Bam. Told you. I'm on like Donkey Kong. Okay, I see a couple calls. I had just now, no lie, about 4 calls just come in. Who do I have on the line right now?
I don't know, man. Can you guess?
Oh, my goodness. He's back.
Hey, what's up, man?
Man, what's going on, man? How you doing today?
I'm doing all right. Watching some Family Guy. Saw your notification pop up. I'm like, all right, I'll hop on.
That's my man. And I'm telling you, last time you had him in a frenzy, man. You had him crazy. Now, I see the other caller.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
I was throwing some controversial takes around.
Yeah, yo, that was hot. Some people was hot. Some people wanted to hear it. So I'm glad I got you back on. I see another caller coming in. I'm not sure. I will add other callers in, but I want to be able to get one-on-one at a time and have you go through yours. I'll bring somebody else on, but once I have the debates, I'm gonna have all you guys call in and we go ahead and talk about it. So that way we can keep it separate.
If you don't mind me making a suggestion real quick.
Oh, you do it. This MoFam.
Kind of as a format going on, where maybe we've got, of course, there's going to be days where it's just a chill day. There's no big news going on. But for moments like this, where there's some, in this case, some really serious news going on, maybe have it be like first half hour, however many people there are, whatever, be just one-on-one, asking your questions, all that kind of stuff. And then once all those are done, then you get into kind of the group call, the debate kind of thing.
And that's exactly what I was thinking, man. And I already see, I think I know that if somebody else called in, I do see Joe. JJ is somebody I want to get to too. So JJ, if you see this too, you can call in. Everybody, I want everybody to get their chance of voice. So I'm going to ask you, my man, Dead Specimen. For those who don't know, I know this is Dead Specimen. I didn't even have to ask. Okay, Dead Specimen was one of the first callers on my channel along with Joe. They were the actual first 2 callers to ever call in. So it's always a pleasure, man, to get you on. But I got a couple questions for you, and I want you to answer these questions because these questions have been sent to me ridiculously. And I want to see what you have to say about it because we love your takes, man. We love them. Okay, so the first one is, do you think there will be an SXOS update when Nintendo releases a new firmware?
Of course there will. It doesn't even need to be necessarily Team Executor updating it. For all I know, there's someone out there who's waiting for Team Executor to die, and once they're dead, they're gonna start releasing. They've already cracked SXOS, and they're gonna make their own updates. So whether or not you think that they're dead or they're perfectly fine, it's gonna get updated. Whether it's by other people in the group or whether it's by some random dude, I think it's gonna be updated forever because no one else has XCI loading. And there's plenty of people who are, they're going to continue SXOS just for that XCI loading.
Yeah, you're not lying there. That XCI loading is beautiful, too. I do use it. And, man, I love it. A lot of people say it doesn't matter if you have to use it off an external drive or not, but it's so beautiful to just whip out that external drive and get one plug-in and have everything. So I must say, that is beautiful. So that's my first question. Now, another one. I might be, some of these questions are going to be a little more in-depth. I just want to start off with some of the easier ones first. All right, so SX Save Manager 1.2 has been leaked. First, I'm going to ask Dead Specimen, have you heard anything about that being leaked?
This is the first time I'm hearing about this.
See? Okay.
The thing is, my Switch has been dead for a while, so I haven't even used SX Save Manager 1.0, let alone 1.1 or 1.2. So this is new info to me.
I'm glad, because you know what? It popped up, and I'm telling you, people send me stuff, and I'm just like, wow, okay. So if anybody has any information on that, you can go ahead and put in the chat. But from what I heard, one of my sources said, and I didn't know, and that's why I wanted to check with you, but I heard that SX Save Manager 1.2 was leaked. So my question was, if it was leaked, do you think Team Xecuter is trying to get out the software but stay under the radar? Or do you think somebody else is just like, oh, this is the time where they're crippled, I can grab whatever and dump it out?
Well, I think it's definitely, well, it's weird because I don't think, as far as I'm aware, Team Executor doesn't have any sort of beta testing program going on. Like, they obviously have their quote unquote beta SXOS versions, but they're more or less just like big cutting edge versions, like the newest versions. I don't even know why they use that beta word because they're not really betas. You literally need the beta version to use the mod chips. So, but other than that, I don't think they have any sort of beta testing program for any of their other software. So I'm gonna have to assume that this was intentionally released by them.
Okay, I would think the same.
Whether or not this is an under the radar thing, or if it's just other people of the group just kind of casually saying, "Oh, yeah, we're gonna release some stuff," I don't know, but I do know that it's definitely been something that I've thought of because I think it was something. I don't remember what it was. But I was talking with someone. Some fan project. I don't know if it was like a payload injector. Like the schematics to that or something, but something got shut down by Nintendo, and I kind of was like, why don't they just make a fake account and pretend that they're a friend of the guy that made it, and then release that and say, like, I am leaking the source code.
Now,
what's happening here?
That could be what's happening. I wouldn't surprise me either. Now, we're going to get to the juicy stuff, because this is what I got you here for, man. I just had to get those out the way. So, I'm going to ask you, we talked about Tom Dilts, okay? And for those who do not know the story of that, Tom Dilts Jr. Actually is the owner-operator of UberChips.com and settled with Nintendo on a $2 million lawsuit. Now, we spoke the other time about Tom Dilts, okay? Possibly, it's allegedly, we don't know, but it's possible that information was given, okay, to someone to crack down on other members of Team Xecuter. Now, since we last spoke, Dead Specimen, do you think, for the information you gathered, do you think that is more true now, or do you think it's just a fake news?
God, you had to use that term.
Yeah, put it on the spot. Fake news. That's what the term is now. I think that's what they all using now. So let's just say fake news. Is it false? Blasphemy.
Well, so I actually found. Shout out to Mr. Mario, because I didn't actually know this existed. So there is actually on the Justice Department's website, there is actually a PDF of the entire legal papers that were sort of filed, and I actually got to take a look at that.
Nice.
And from what I've gathered, I think I've learned multiple things. But what I have learned is that obviously, we all knew who Gary Bowser was, just from the name, Gary Obo. We all knew him. He's high profile. everyone knows he's high profile. Everybody, well, most
True.
people who are kind of in the old school scene kind of know he's shady, to say the best, I guess.
Okay.
Kind of from history.
Okay.
And Max Loren is the founder of Max Console, which, by the way, I don't know if it's still like this, but if you go to maxconsole.com right now, I think you'll actually see me. I think I'm their latest member. If you go on there, like, you'll see, like, latest member, Dead Specimen, so that's kind of fun. Having my name plastered right there.
Right on the front, right? Yeah, I know. Nice, beautiful.
So, Max owns Max Console. So that makes him pretty high profile, given how that's kind of where this. I'm not even going to say Team Xecuter, because we now know kind of that they're kind of a bunch of different groups. That this group of people were kind of using Max Console as a hub almost for a lot of their stuff. So that's pretty high profile.
No, that's definitely high profile.
I don't know much about this Chen guy. I apparently he did funding or something, but he didn't. He's super extremely high profile. So I don't know why they want him specifically. I'm pretty sure he had his toes into some deep parts of Team Xecuter, but I don't really remember what it was exactly.
Okay.
But Gary is high profile, and Max is very high profile. So my guess is that one of two things could happen.
Talk to me.
Either A, they just like knew, okay, these are important people. These are people we know. Game Over was probably a third one. Tom Build was probably also another big one, but of course they got him kind of through a different sort of way. And I don't think the feds really cared necessarily about that.
Probably didn't.
Because the damage was to Nintendo very specifically, and Nintendo already got their justice. I don't think they really cared at this point of pursuing further legal action with him.
Okay.
But
now,
Gary... what's up?
Before you even get into Gary, I got to think, because that's really what I want to get at. You got me right to it. So, I don't know if you've seen the tweet, and I'm not sure if that's the former Nintendo of America's, something. I don't know. I don't even know the guy, okay? I'm not sure if he's former, not CEO, but I want to say chief executive advisor or something.
A tweet from Reggie?
Yes, Reggie, okay? Now,
yeah, he's the former head of Nintendo of America, and oh my God, I lost my shit when I saw that tweet.
Oh my goodness. So, just for everybody that did not see that tweet, I want to go ahead and put it on screen now. This is the actual tweet. It says, "I want the keys to the kingdom back, Bowser." And he called him, he said, the true Bowser.
I don't know if you...
The true Bowser.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but holy crap, I just remembered something. All right, can you do me a favor real quick?
What's up, man?
Now, hey, you're really quiet, by the way.
No, look good. You good? Can you hear me now? We good?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
There we go. What you need, man?
So, I found... this has to be a troll account. There's I cannot believe this account cannot be real. There is... Go to twitter.com/ and you're going to laugh, team_Xecuter, and look at their latest tweets. I think it's like 2 or 3 of their latest tweets. This has to be a joke account or something.
Yeah, let me make sure I'm spelling it right. Maybe no dash. I'm going to take out the dash. That's my fault. Bam, let's see. All right, there we go. So, Team Xecuter. I'm under there. Am I at the right one? Now, you're looking at the same page. Am I at the right one?
I can't. Oh, my God. My phone's being really dumb. I'm sorry. Hold up.
Nah, you're good. But what does it show on there? Is it something what was it showing on those last following tweets that it was showing from the Team Xecuter site?
Well, I believe the latest tweet just said, "So long, gay Bowser."
Yo, that is hilarious, man. And I'm gonna say when I seen this was actually sent to me, and I think I was talking with JJ, and I think JJ actually sent me this. Scott Parker too sent me some info. Shout out to Scott Parker too. A lot of you guys, man, are showing love for MoFam, but JJ sent me this, and I almost fell out my chair. Yo, when do you know anybody in a seat like his to put their nose in business like this? And not only did he do it, he said, "I want the keys to the kingdom back, Bowser," with a crying, laughing emoji, and then put at the true Bowser. And I want to say, just first of all, that's very unoriginal. Gary Bowser, true Bowser. That's very unoriginal. So I'm going to just start with there, Reggie, okay? But not original, but you put it out there. Not only that, 40,000 likes, 321 quote tweets, 4.7 thousand retweets. This went crazy. So I'm with you. I believe, I don't know if it's a troll account, but I think it looks legit. Okay, looks legit. This may really be him. So if it is really him, what do you think about him saying that? And do you think it's like a cheap shot below the belt, below his standards, or do you think he was waiting for this moment?
I think he doesn't actually care. I think he's just trying to have a little bit of fun, because I don't actually remember, when did Doug Bowser actually take over at Nintendo? I don't remember, because for all I know, Reggie had nothing to do with Nintendo before Team Xecuter really became a big thing.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, I don't know, maybe that means Reggie has no personal vendetta against them, which if that's the case, then clearly he should have some fun. If he wasn't out of the business, like if Doug didn't take over till late 2019, it's very possible that this is just partly him saying, "You guys, gotcha."
You know what? I think so. And I got my man Shane in here saying it's a troll account. Oh, Shane just flat out said that's a troll account. I don't even believe it. Okay, and then I used to say, now I got Joshua Drake asking about another one. This is something I was going to get into. Actually, one of my questions. So shout out to you, Joshua Drake. You kind of jumped on it before I did. Now, do you think that Team Xecuter is not the only ones they're coming from? Do you think members of Team Atmosphere or Atmosphere users have anything to worry about?
I would hope not. I would hope that, well, in terms of getting in trouble with the Justice Department, no, they have absolutely nothing to worry about. It's open source software.
It is.
I had this debate a few days ago, and I don't really want to go too much back into it, but bottom line is they were making hardware devices that they were selling. And I actually looked at that PDF, and that's what they're really getting them on, is the trafficking of these, quote, circumvention devices, and then also, because they were selling it, wire fraud and money laundering.
Mm-hmm.
Those were the charges. Money laundering, wire fraud, conspiracy to commit on both of those, and then circumvention of technological measures, conspiracy to commit circumvention technological measures, and trafficking of circumvention devices. None of those would apply to Atmosphere, because they're not charging for their software and they're not trafficking hardware devices.
Okay.
So Atmosphere, in terms of getting into federal trouble, nothing to worry about.
Okay, good. So
could Nintendo possibly throw a lawsuit their way? I highly doubt it. Is it physically possible that they would get a lawyer and try to suit them? Yes, it's possible. Would they win? I would doubt it.
Okay, so now I got one more for you, and I see the other callers. I see you guys. Just call a moment. I got one more question, Dead Special. I'm gonna let you go, but we're gonna get you back on, man. So let's go ahead.
Yeah.
Now, do you think with all this going on, I've been hearing crazy SX users saying, I'm out. I'm switching to Atmosphere. I'm not going through with it. Do you think that people should switch to Atmosphere for a time being? Or do you think all those SX users don't need to worry? TX got them.
Well, I'm a bit biased because I obviously have an Atmosphere edge for, again, all the reasons that I've stated, all that kind of stuff. But I think that you're going to want to switch temporarily. Well, let me backtrack.
Okay.
I would say if a new update gets released, if a new Switch update gets released, given 24 hours.
Okay.
If in 24 hours they don't have an update, download Atmosphere. In 48 hours, boot Atmosphere, or put Atmosphere on your SD card. 72 hours, delete the boot.dat and just start using apps.
Nice. Okay.
That's how I would do it.
Nice. And I actually think that is good. So you're saying give them a little bit of time. And I'm glad you said that, because a lot of people think that some of this stuff is instant. And for me and you, you know, we've had times where we had to help somebody with their system. And the first thing they do is they run into a problem, you know, oh, my shop stopped working. Or, I don't know what happened. It won't load up anymore. And you know, it's something as simple as an update. And you go, well, that's something that they could take care of, but they don't understand it. So, Dead Specimen, I'm glad you put that out there. My man, I appreciate it. I got somebody else calling right now, Dead Specimen. I'm going to let you go, but I'm getting you back on.
Plenty of time,
yeah, I'm getting you.
Give me way too much time.
Hey, I'm getting you back on, man. Holla at you. Nick Moses 05 podcast. Who do I have on right now? Is this my man, Joe?
Yeah, this is Joe. What's going on,
Nick? Oh, Joe, what is going on? And for those who don't know, 646, I see you. Get ready to call back, 646. I want you too, but I got to get Joe in. 646, just give me a minute. I see you. I got you. So my man, Joe, first Joe, before we go into, I want to let everybody know. I told you Dead Specimen and Joe were the first callers. Joe is an OG sub. Been watching my videos since way back. So every time he call in, it's a pleasure. And I got to give him his kudos. Shout out to you. So, Joe, it's appreciated, man. Just want to let you know that first. All right.
Thank you. Really appreciate your channel and Dead Specimen. We go back way back in the days of the car.
Hey, you ain't lying, man. You know what to say. So I'm going to ask you some of these same questions, okay? Because
sure.
I know these questions have different answers. You know, you got Dead Specimen who's like, look, man, I'm an atmosphere guy, okay? But I just like to talk, okay? I like to give you what I think is going on with Team Xecuter. So for someone that is a Team Xecuter representative, like yourself, do you think SXOS will have a new custom firmware shortly after Nintendo releases a firmware update?
I think they will, but what's going to happen is it's going to be underneath a new name, and it says it might be compatible with SXOS. It seems like they want to shut them down real quickly. Like I said, their servers went down and their servers went back up in China. I can't take the credit for that. Somebody else gave me that information. I don't know if they want me to shout them out or not, but someone else gave me that information.
You can shout out. Hey, I don't mind shout outs in this channel. If they don't mind you shouting it out, it's all good.
I didn't ask them, but you know who I'm talking about.
I know.
Yeah. I had someone send me a private message before. This guy's in the UK. He's like, what happened to the servers? I'm like, I just told him, like, they're down probably for maintenance or whatever. You know, because I don't want to gossip, you know, when someone tells me something.
Exactly. So Joe,
but
now
it's crazy.
Yeah. So now I heard that SX Save Manager 1.2 was leaked. Have you heard anything about that?
No.
Wow. So I don't know if this source is just giving me some BS or if they just way ahead of the gun. But I heard they did give me some of the features on it. I don't want to talk about that all now because I don't know what I can talk about. But what I can say is they told me that it was leaked. So even though you don't know it, let's say it was leaked. Do you think it would be leaked? Because this never happened before like that. Do you think it's leaked because Team Xecuter is trying to get the software out and stay under the radar? Or do you think Team Xecuter's crippled, somebody's got information, they release it on their own?
Well, what I think is, probably, let's say it is, let's say it is legit. They might be saying, okay, we're gonna release stuff on the down low and just like put it somewhere else, not on TeamXecuter.com. It's going to be, you know, let's say on Pastebin or some other type of cyber locker where they just release the stuff and have the community kind of just release it. You know, funnel it out that way.
Totally agree.
It is true.
Now, Joe, so now I got those out the way, so I'm going to get to the nitty gritty. Now we can get to the good ones. So one of the things I asked was about Tom Dilts Jr. So we talked about Tom Dilts last time we was on the phone. So do you think, based on how these dominoes kind of fell into effect, since we last spoke, do you think it's more likely that, yeah, Tom Dilts maybe said something? Or do you think, nah, it's somebody, it could be anybody?
I think he's working for Team Xecuter in the background, like kind of as a low-level person, because think about it, to have $2 million to pay out in lawyer fees, you know, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, you ain't lying, man. That's a lot of money. And from what I was hearing, I believe Alchemy Gaming last time said he didn't even make $1 million off of the chips. So obviously he's got some revenue flowing from somewhere if he can agree to $2 million. That is a lot of money. So
I also found out some more information.
Yeah.
I don't mean to cut you off.
Give it to me. No, give it to me, man.
Team Xecuter also actually made swap match for the PlayStation 2. I found that out yesterday. I think I texted you. I'm sorry, this morning I texted you about that.
Yes,
But it's crazy. They're under so many different IPs and identities. Maybe they're the real people that made the R4 card. You never know, you know?
And that's kind of what Dead Specimen, he threw out a lot of conspiracy theories last time, but that's kind of what he was hinting to, is that all these different IPs fall under the same one. Okay, and that's something that can be true. I don't know for a fact, but more and more I'm hearing about it, I'm starting to question it. Okay, so I'm asking you.
I'm starting to believe it too, because you know what it is. If you have all these hacking devices underneath one name, it's easy for the companies to, you know, gang up on you. Hey, Sony, do this. Hey, Nintendo, do this. Hey, Microsoft, do this. We could all attack them at once and get like major fees and shit. No. That makes more sense to do that.
Totally agree. Now, Joe, I'm going to ask you, for all the SXOS users out there, do you think they should be worried right now?
Yes. To all the people with the SXOS, in my opinion, I think a system firmware update is going to come out. I was just talking to Jason about this morning, actually. What I think it's going to be, it's going to block SXOS, but it's not going to be nothing hardcore for them to unblock. It's just kind of like a soft script, like, hey, just block out this and block this out. For us normal people, we can't use it because we don't know how to edit code.
No, true. And I'm not sure about this. So, an update comes out. Now, I know the mod chip is, you know, it's hardware. So, which means, would you need to come out with another motherboard revision to stop the chip altogether? Or do you believe Nintendo has security measures possibly wrapped up in a firmware that could stop the functions of the mod chip? I guess similar to how Xbox 360 kind of, you know, had eFuses or something like that.
Well, yeah, I think they'll be able to stop it because it's very, very similar to the unpatched Nintendo Switch. All they have to do is put that line of code in there, and that's it. Even though it's not a hardcore stopper, but like I was saying before, for the average person like me and you, we can't fix that. We can't read, you know, this code and say, oh, I just got to backspace this and, you know, add this number to this. You know, it's just kind of, you know, it's like having an open door, but, you know, having a baby gate for a baby. They can't get out, but a regular person can go over it.
Nice analogy, man. I like that. So, now that we got that out the way, do you think SXOS users should switch to Atmosphere at this time? Do you think this is now the time that anybody who uses SXOS should get familiar with Atmosphere?
Well, this is what I'm doing. I would suggest yes, but like with mine, I have a version 1 unpatched. I will buy another unpatched Switch just for Atmosphere. I'm not getting rid of SXOS. I love it so much. I could load the XCIs. I could, you know, run all this other cool stuff with it, and it works great. You know,
I don't doubt
that post that I showed you yesterday, you know, all this stuff's creating so much drama. That one post I did on Nintendo Switch forums got 150 comments on it because everyone now is arguing with everybody and posting stuff up. It's like chaos.
Yo, it has been chaos. And just to let you know from my end, okay, I am on multiple platforms. Not only do I get the messages on Instagram, I get the text messages, I get the Facebook messages, I get the YouTube messages, the YouTube comments, and it comes from all different places. So some of the information I get, I don't know. So that's why I posed it to you, and I'm glad that I got you here because you've been one that's been in the scene for a while, Joe. So now that you said that about Atmosphere, do you think that people who use Atmosphere should be worried that Nintendo or law enforcement will soon come after Atmosphere?
Definitely, because here's the deal. You know, that's the last person that's in town. Let's just say, you know, for sake of argument, Team Xecuter is 100% shut down. They're going to go after Atmosphere because they're going to say, oh, it circumvents our software, you know, rights. Even though out of the box Atmosphere, you cannot play pirated games on it in any way, shape, or form. You have to use the signature patches as far as I know. I'm not involved in Atmosphere. I just read comments and read other stuff.
Okay.
But it circumvents their hardware and their operating system. So, yes, you know.
No, I like that.
It's like the time Sony got mad with Linux running on the PlayStation 3 back in the day.
Definitely remember that. Now, do you think the price of unpatched systems will go back up?
Oh, definitely. Definitely they will. Right now, I was actually looking to purchase another Switch because of all this stuff that's going on, just for Atmosphere. I want one Switch running Team X, SSOX all the way, and one for Atmosphere. Right now, this going price of buying it now is about $400. Then if you want to buy a hacked light one that's already activated, that's already working as normally, that's about $500 to $600. I think those will go for about $800 to $900. Then the unpatched models will probably go for about maybe $500 or $600 because it could do a lot more because it's not tied down to the chip where you can't use the other operating systems.
Ooh, you brought a tear to my eye, man. Said $800. Woohoo! I got sad. That's more than an Xbox Series X, man. You know, I know they will go up. I feel like I'm with you on that. I feel like they will go up. I hope they don't go as high as 800, but I don't doubt it, okay? Because if there is, let's just say, hey, what you say holds weight. And they release a firmware, and next thing you know, all these chip users are saying, what the hell? All those users are going to want.
Anybody that's looking for unpacked with.
Yep. So all of them are going to want those OGs again.
Yeah.
And all of them are also going to be stuck with systems with the chip in it. And let's say you didn't install the chip. So now you don't even know how to take the chip off. If you wanted to, you can't even do it. What do you say to anybody that has a SX Lite or SX Core? Do you think when an update comes out, they should never update from this point on? Or do you think if someone releases an update, whether it's Atmosphere or whoever, just go ahead and update? Don't worry.
Well, I would say what I always do is I always wait to update my system because, you know, you go on the forums, not just the Nintendo Switch hacking forums, I actually go on the Team Xecuter forums. You get the real information right from the source instead of getting some diluted stuff. I always wait.
No,
Before I always update my system to a newer firmware, I always do a NAND backup. So in case there's any problems, you can just go right back to it.
No, I appreciate that. And just to go a couple of comments real quick. AVI SHAI said this, I'm going to say they will, and that's going to be hard to read. It's a little bit hard to read. Excuse me. I might just get done, but shout out to you for being in there. But it seems like what he was trying to say is that the cost to go up of the unpatched systems to about $1,000. So right on point with kind of what you were saying, Joe. So I had to get that out. Also, I want to shout out Red Ghost for being in the chat. I want to shout out PK Rainey. PK Rainey, one of the early callers too. Young guy, man, but knows his stuff. Gil, the Messiah. Appreciate you stopping by, man. I really appreciate that. This is why I do it. Just to get some on Facebook. I see you, Joshua Drake, Scott Parker. I know I'm missing somebody here. I got too many. Shane. I want to say your last name, man, but it's kind of suspect for me. We got a couple people in here, but I could go through all day. So now, Joe, I'm going to go ahead and say, as far as these members of Team Xecuter that have been locked up by the FBI, do you think that it's done for these guys? Or do you think these guys, Team Xecuter, are smart, they got things in order, and these guys will be back on the street in no time?
I think what they're going to do is with the people that are locked up, they're going to split them out in the holding cells and say, look, we need more information. Where are the rest of the members? You know, they're not going to crack from like the first maybe week or two. They're just going to keep doing that stuff. Then they'll get them eventually.
Definitely
unless
pressure.
somebody's overseas. But remember, I was telling you the other day with extraditing a person, I think this is a RICO case. Because once you're able to, get somebody in trouble, you can link all the cases to them.
Nah. True. You're talking to him today. So now I want to ask you about this tweet. So Reggie puts out this tweet, right? And he says, damn it, I want the keys to the kingdom back, Bowser. And that's at the true Bowser at Nintendo America. We have won. What do you say about this tweet? Do you think it's beneath him? Or do you think he's got every right to put that up right now?
I think that's kind of a fake post because I don't think Nintendo would do that.
Agree. And you know what? I got majority of people say I'm thinking that's a fake post. I'm not sure how it caught wildfire like it did, because it really did. But, if it is a fake post, then we don't even have to worry about it. But just for the humor of the show here, let's just say it is real. Okay. Do you think that if it was real, that's beneath him? Or do you think, nah, that's something he probably was waiting on? Maybe he was happy to hear this news.
Well, if I was the hacker and the real company actually released that, I would say, I'm not giving you the keys back. Don't even bother asking. They're mine now, bitch.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I wanted to hear. Now, Joe, You my man, and always I gave, trying to spread it around the time. I got you about the same amount of time. Right now it's Dead Specimen. I see another caller come in. So, Joe, I'm going to have you call back in. We will debate this. I got a couple other callers. I might get one other caller in. Then I'm going to have you guys just call in. We can debate it out, man. All right?
Okay.
Joe, take it easy, man.
All right, bye.
646. I have you on the line. Who am I speaking with?
Rainy.
Oh, PK Rainey, my young man. The young OG. Oh, man. And for those who don't know, PK Rainey has also been in the scene for a while. Now, PK Rainey, first of all, let them know how old you are, man.
Well,
Give him the real age. Don't try to lie.
I'm 11.
That's what I'm talking about. You 11 years old, man. I love to hear. The reason I want you to say that, you don't have to be ashamed of it, man. 11 years old, being in the scene like you are, you should be damn proud of yourself. At 11 years old, I was out there playing basketball, didn't care about modding no systems, so you should be proud of your age, man. I want to state that first, all right? So, Rainey, I'm going to get you with some of these questions, man, because it seems like you're in the scene. First, let's go ahead and start with the Team Xecuter people, the two guys that got locked up. So these two gentlemen have been locked up. The SX activation server went down. People were scared, and I heard it's back up, and it's on the China server. Do you think these two guys being locked up is going to really put a hindrance on users who use SXOS?
Well, I mean, knowing the amazing people at Team Xecuter, knowing their asses, they're probably just going to run like a backup company, because they've had this coming for years at this point. So they're going to end up like starting another company under another identity that's going to sell or run a service where it has a payload.bin that is literally a reskinned SXOS.
Mm-hmm. So you're kind of pointing along to what everybody else is saying, is that it's just going to be a reskin thing, but people don't have to worry. It will be back. Okay. So no, I'm glad to hear that, Rainey. So now, I got these questions. I'm going to go through some of these other questions for you. So do you think SXOS users should be worried right now?
Yes, but it's not for the reason that you pointed out.
Okay, tell us why they should be.
Point something out really quick. Me and my friend, me and three of my friends actually, because we all have hacked switches, we do LAN play, we're pretty in depth in the community. However, we're all running SXOS. We're running SXOS, the newest beta, I believe.
Yep.
And we were recently all banned out of nowhere on clean sysmans. I got banned on all of my switches. I have 3 switches. I have a 1.0. I have a what's it called? One that's on the latest firmware, and I got a Switch Lite, and I'm banned on all of them.
Wow. Okay. Now, when you were banned on all of them, was this all at the same time as you cut them on, or did it happen one and then another and then another?
No, this happened, if I believe, Saturday morning. So it was like Saturday around 2. All of my friends text me at the same time, hey, I've just been banned on Nintendo Online. I can't access eShop on my clean sysman. And bear in mind, they have the keys wiped and everything on their main emunans. And they've just all been banned out of nowhere on their clean sysmans.
So, PK Rainey, based on what you're saying, everyone who is using SXOS or SX Core, SX Lite, whether it may be, should be worried right now.
One other thing.
Go ahead, talk to him.
Also, he dual boots Atmosphere more than he does SXOS. Okay. He has a switch that he's never touched with SXOS. Like bare stock, bone stock clean. He runs actually Atmosphere on it. Okay. And that was banned, I want to say, around the same time.
So what you're stating is kind of similar how Xbox 360 banned those millions of users who was running Team Xecuter's firmware on the DVD drives. You're thinking right now Nintendo finally has some script or something where they could see no matter what, they're scanning the SD card or it's something going on, but they're finding it and they're banning everyone that has it.
Funny enough, I believe they are scanning SD cards. Now, I can't share who I got this information from.
You ain't
because they
got
would
to.
get in a lot of trouble. But I've heard from the Vine that they have been peeking at SD cards. So if you're running clean emunet, please stay off of your main SD card.
Nice advice, man. Beautiful advice. And I'm glad you state that, because you're stating that you helping out a lot of people out there, so everybody should hear. I did see Joe in the comments also said his brother was banned as well, kind of same situation. So we might be hearing that story a lot in the coming days of just people who, a lot of people don't get on there just regular Sysnan all the time. They're like, they're so busy on the Emunan, they don't even think about it, and then they get on the Sysnan and like, what? I'm banned. So I think this is good information for everyone to hear. Now that you got,
funny enough too,
yeah,
I wasn't even home when this happened. I was actually apple picking, and my friend just texted me all of them, and they were trying to play Pokemon, and they go on and they were on the night prior, and they're like, "Hey, I've been banned from Nintendo Online."
Yeah.
Like, are you banned?
Damn.
And I check, and I'm like, I'm banned on all of my consoles. Because I connect all of them to the internet. Even my clean Switch Lite, I have nothing on that. I have a non-chip latest version V1. I have a Trinket MO 1.0 Switch. And then I have a brick Switch Lite that I can't do anything with. And it sucks because now I can't even get a mod chip.
Okay, now, hold one moment for me, guys. Right now I need to plug up real quick. Just want to make sure I don't die on you guys, all right? There we go. Okay. So, PK, can you still hear me?
Yes.
All right, there we good. I'm setting up, man. You ain't got to worry. I just had the lights go out on me real fast, but bam, we back. Okay, wasn't going to take long. So, Atmosphere was being ran on the system. Same situation. Banned. SXOS run on the system. Same situation. Banned. And I'm glad you pointed that out, because it does seem like maybe they are scanning SD cards, and being that Atmosphere and SXOS use different payloads, they still catching it. So what do you say for all those using, I'm gonna give you a scenario. I'm a guy, right, and I'm just buying this system. I say, it's Christmas coming up. I wanted to modify my system for my son. He wants to play online occasionally with one game, but hell, I just want him to play these old school games on this system. So do you think I should modify his console for him to play these old games when really all he wants to do is play the main game on Sysnan? Do you think it's worth it, or do you think the ban risk is so high that you should just give that kid the system, no custom firmware, only let him play legit because he doesn't understand what it's capable of?
Well, here's the thing, Nick. It really depends on your situation. Like what me and my friends have done, because we also play online when we're on our hacked Sysnans. But what we typically do is we use LAN play. So our serial numbers are still wiped. However, we are still able to play online, which is what I do recommend doing to anyone that's like, oh, I want to hack my Switch, but I'm scared of being banned and not being able to play online. Just do that so that you also don't have to pay for Nintendo's shitty online service that I feel bad that I have to pay for, or I had to pay for. And then just do that because it's so much easier, so much cheaper. And Nick, the quality is just better.
No, I agree with you, man. And I'm one that Nintendo's online. I'm kind of with you, man. With all these, with Microsoft and PlayStation, Microsoft store, we don't even have to talk about. We just know what their store is filled with. And then you got the PlayStation Plus store. PlayStation store is nice too. Then you got Nintendo. Now, I might just be biased on this, okay? But I've heard that the store is not all that, okay? And paying for an online service for Nintendo is not all that. So I totally agree with you on that. And I do not think we should have to pay to play online on Nintendo Switch. But that's Nintendo's call. You know what I mean? They call it. They say, hey, you got to pay to play. I understand. So now let's get more into these members. So these members that have been arrested, do you know if these are key members, one, and if these are key members, do you see other members possibly being affected in the days to come?
Well, from what I've heard, they both have been quite decently key members in the situation. As first of all, they are the ones being arrested here, and second of all, they're getting payroll from SXOS. There's no question about it. They're making triple digits if they were able to pay the settlement and go to jail. That's the thing. They have money. They're able to sacrifice it for a shorter sentence and to keep Nintendo off their ass. See, that's the thing.
Okay.
And like the awful thing is, Nintendo, the people there are so annoying. Like I called up their customer service, right? Because my Switch Lite, I didn't even have I had one of the same accounts.
Okay.
Like, oh no, your Switch is permanently banned.
So what you telling me, and it's for everyone out there that thinks about calling Nintendo support, the moment your Nintendo Switch is banned, they will not assist you one bit, is what you're saying.
Basically, yeah.
Okay, no, that's explains it. I'm not sure if Microsoft Xbox 360 took the same approach, but I do believe if your system was modified, they sent it back to you and they didn't do anything with it. Maybe the same approach. I do agree that it's kind of bogus, and I'm also with you that Nintendo made a lot of money. I can't tell you, me myself have only purchased consoles because of this custom firmware. Many other people purchasing these consoles only for custom firmware. Do you think Nintendo made more money with Team Xecuter or less?
Oh no, by far more. Like, here's the thing. People who weren't going to buy a Switch and just stick with their emulators or their modded 360s or, even Xbox Ones that were in dev mode, and then they saw the homebrew aspect of the Switch and the things that this insane Tegra mini device can do, and they were like, oh, maybe there is value in this. And then, Nintendo definitely made a lot more money. I don't know if you saw, but their sales are up
400%, baby. Yes, and their digital sales are some of the highest they've had year to year ever. So just thinking that, we had these shops out here where people are downloading things and it's hindering their money, they've actually been more profitable digitally than ever. So I do kind of agree with you that a lot of it, but maybe to them, and I'm not a big business, but just to play both sides of it, maybe, hey, I got 400% profit, but I would have had 500 if it wasn't for Team Xecuter. Do you think there's any truth to that, or do you think you only got the 400% because Team Xecuter?
Well, here's the thing. Nintendo doesn't know themselves because they wouldn't have made even close to this amount of money if they had not. If TX had not been around, or even Atmosphere devs for that matter, because of seg patches. That's just the problem. They don't understand that they wouldn't have made this much money on consoles alone in this quarter of 2020. They would have made 300%, but that extra 100% is a lot. And the other thing is too, they wouldn't have made even close to that amount due to TX mod chip sales for the Switch Lite and the what's it called? The Switch V2 and the Redbox switches, because it's crazy how much this drove up their sales and how much money they were able to make from these mod chips coming out that allowed people to actually take advantage of the hardware.
And a lot of people don't know Nintendo Switch was sold out everywhere for very long. There were months and months of months.
When I bought my Switch Lite during quarantine, actually, because I was done with playing online on the Switch. Yeah. And it took them a good while to get it back in restock. I think, I ended up getting it through the Pokemon Club, actually. I got a lucky. No,
and you the same thing with me. I think I went to some website that actually, checks all the stores for you, and the moment it pops in the store, sends you an email, bam, and that's how I got mine. But that was the only way. I was trying to get one, sold out all over. Now, a lot of people think that these sales that they were making, and why the system was sold out so long, is because of the mod chips. So, if that is the case, do you think Nintendo is really just throwing all this in front of our face as kind of like a smokescreen and really taking the money from under the table from TX? Do you think that's what's going on?
Well, I mean, probably, but here's the thing. They made so much more money because of TX. Everyone I know, mostly, all of my friends that are into modding their Switches went out and bought another Switch. They either bought a Switch Lite, or a red box Switch, which is even more expensive than the normal Switches. And the problem is that Nintendo doesn't understand that it's like, oh, well, you could have made this X amount of money, but this TX drove up your sales so high, and their mod chips were out for so long. Also, because literally I had friends that had bots that were set on the mod chip sites to get one for themselves, and they weren't even able to get one.
Talk to him. Now, I want to shout out my man Shane. Shane says also he wouldn't have purchased a system without SXOS. And I also want to shout out Joshua, who mentioned something I'm going to bring up. Do you think there's any possibility that someone could possibly come up with a way to unban a Nintendo Switch? I got my own personal answer to that, but I want to hear yours from the 11-year-old perspective.
Oh, well, yeah, definitely, because I don't know if you know, but the Switches have a program. It's called, I forget, but it's basically a dev program that allows you to take your SSN certificate for your Switch. It's basically like a code of numbers that's in your boot sector, and it allows you to pwn things with it and make your own Switch applications that can be single-handedly developed for your Switch. And the thing with it is, someone made a crazy version where it would take theirs, it would take other people's keys, and it would send it to their own private server, where he would keep the keys. And as soon as this was developed, it was shut down immediately. Not by Nintendo, but the original developer shut it down like instantly. He made like a bot to bot the dude's server, and it was a crazy ordeal. The guy ended up getting fined, I think, $11,000, and thankfully the keys were safe. But the thing is, those keys can be used to change everything about your Switch. They can be used to change your boot binaries. They can be used to change your boot sectors in that matter. They can be used to change your NAND. They can be used to flash a custom version of the NAND that literally just boots you into custom firmware every time.
Talk to him. Now, one last thing because I know others want to call in too. If you want to call in, you can. I seen calls. I missed a couple, but if you want to call in, you can. Last thing I'm going to get to you, my man, is about this tweet sent out from Reggie. Now, we don't know if I got some people saying it's a troll account. I had somebody saying it's a real account, but I'm going to ask you, one, how do you feel about this tweet that says, I want the keys to the kingdom back, Bowser, damn it, at the True Bowser, at Nintendo America, coming for Reggie? Do you think it's true?
Well, yeah, this is a Reggie account. Honestly, if you don't know, look at his handle underneath and look at the verified. They actually had to wrestle that handle from a bot. Twitter themselves had to wrestle that handle from a bot. And to give it to Reggie Fils-Aimé. And, like, look at the handle. It's literally the words Reggie. And if you click on it, it shows retired president / COO of Nintendo America. It shows the followers. It shows the retweets. It shows the likes. And it's a legitimate post on the website. Look at twitter.com/Reggie/status/ the numbers. And you could obviously see that it's his real account.
Thank you, my dude. That's why I love having you here. So, my man, I appreciate it, PK. You are the young OG. We got a couple others. I got Kyle. I got a couple other young OGs. But right now, you're the youngest OG. I got representing MoFam. It was a pleasure, my dude. Any last words before I let you go?
Subscribe to MoFam and join his website. If you haven't, donate to him on PayPal.
Okay, now hold up, PK Rain, before I let you go, I got people who want to get in with you. So hold on. I'm not going to let you go just yet. Hold on. Who do I have on the line right now?
Well, speak of the devil, it's Kyle.
Oh, my goodness. So, PK Rainey, okay, in a moment, I'm going to have you call back. I just got to get my man Kyle go through. Kyle, what is going on with you, my dude?
It's been a while.
It's been a while,
School's
man.
back in, so my life is a lot busier.
Man, I know, and that's how it's been with me. I'm crazy out here working, got the YouTube, podcast, trying to share, then follow other people. It's a lot, but I'm out here for everybody, okay? So, Kyle, I'm going to get to you. I haven't spoke to you in a while, Kyle, so I'm glad to get you on, man. So, the first thing I'm going to ask you is, Should SXOS users be worried right now?
So, like a lot of other people have said, is that it's probably going to be easily decompiled in most likely the language C, maybe C++ or C#, the SXOS firmware, and will eventually be leaked. If the problem with that is it will be a lot hard to set that up because of all the variable names and stuff will not be nice to look at. But that is fine.
Oh, that's good. Now, I'm going to ask you. So this is something else I'm asking. Now, Carl, I got y'all. I promise. I'm going to add y'all in. I don't want to even let Kyle go either. Kyle, I'm going to add these other gentlemen in a moment, but I just want to get, everybody to have their time on their own. Then I'm going to add the others in. All right. So, Kyle, I heard that SX Save Manager 1.2 was leaked. Have you heard anything about that?
I have not, or have I used XXA Manager at all.
Okay.
I still use Checkpoint.
Okay, no problem. All right, and I use Checkpoint as well. I used XX Save Manager at one point, but now I am using Checkpoint. So, no, completely understand that, but that was the word I got. So, we're just going to act as if it did leak. If you noticed that leak and did not show up on the Team Xecuter's website, do you think that a member of Team Xecuter leaked this, or someone outside of the team would have leaked it?
So it probably originated from a member of Team Xecuter, but somebody not in Team Xecuter got their hands on it and probably have edited it.
Okay, now, got another one for you. Should SXOS users say, "I'm out," and go to Atmosphere?
Not yet.
Okay, all right, I like that. I don't think so either.
Time.
I think so. Give it a little bit of time. See what happens. See how it plays out. And then go ahead and make the switch. Now, I'm one that I boot, every single type of custom firmware there is just to test it out and play with it. But for those that, are installing it for others, if you're using SXOS, I agree with Kyle on this one. Just wait it out. Wait it out. Just don't panic too much. So, I'm now, Kyle, since you the man. Now, a lot of people don't know, Kyle has helped me out, and I got to shout you out, Kyle. I got to give you your kudos right now. Help me out with the nickmoses05.com website. Kyle is the sole reason in my eyes that website is up, okay? That man is the man, okay? And Kyle, how old are you? Let them know.
I am 14.
14 years old. You hear that? Helping
I'm 15. I have not had to say my birthday in a long time.
15. Hey, you got a year older on me, man.
Last time I said that.
Good. 15 years old. So for those who do not know, 15-year-old has helped me with my website. Okay, so I just want y'all to understand the level of intelligence of these younger guys we have calling in. It's amazing to me how smart you guys are. So I just got to get that to you first, Kyle, so everybody know what you're saying. You know what you're talking about. You're not just some young kid out here running your mouth. All right. So now, what do you think about this tweet, Kyle? I got to ask you, this tweet that came from Reggie. Reggie told everybody that I want the damn keys to the kingdom back, Bowser. And this is at the true Bowser. And he put at Nintendo America. He wanted everybody to see this. Do you think this is below Reggie, or do you think Reggie came right on time with this statement?
Oh, I have no idea, honestly. It takes a good timing, but who knows what's going on.
Yeah, and I'm with you on that, man. It is perfect timing. I kind of think maybe Reggie had this on standby, and the moment it happens, bow, hit the button and was ready. He was happy, Not sure about that. So, Kyle, I got a couple more other ones. The activation server for SXOS went down, okay? And I'm not sure if that was earlier today or if it was yesterday. But it went down. It seems to be back up now. From what I'm hearing, it's back up on a China server. Do you think that SXOS activation server going down has anything to do with law enforcement's actions on the gentleman of Team Xecuter? Or do you think it's just, server goes down all the time? They just brought another one up.
I do think that servers do go down all the time, especially since I've seen servers and know how that they can be unstable. If not by law enforcement, they are still not very stable all the time.
Okay. Now, another thing. I remember Retro Gamer did a video a while back, and it was about unbanning a Nintendo Switch. And if I recall, it was been a while, but I believe he was able to accomplish it. But once you do the unban, it gets banned again almost immediately. So, going through that didn't seem really worth it, but it could be done. Do you see in the future a possibility of unbanning all Nintendo Switch systems that have been banned?
So I do see the possibility of unbanning Switches, but I know that there is no way of it being free unbanned. Like, there needs to be some kind of donor switch somewhere in the world that the info from that is being taken from.
Okay, so similar to how the Xbox 360 was done with the unbannings, where you probably purchased, another CPU key or wherever or whatever you did, and you unbanned it. Now, luckily, I didn't care once I got banned. Okay, I was like, thank God I wasn't playing online anyway. I have a banned Xbox 360. Hey, I still got my Xbox 360 in there, man, and it is running like a champ. My son's begging me for it. Okay, but I'm not giving it up. That's gonna stay with me. All right, so. Now, Kyle, like I told you, we're going to keep going. So, unpatched systems, with all this going on, do you see the price of these unpatched systems going back up?
Probably.
Okay, all right, no, I like that. It's kind of what I'm thinking, too.
But, if it SXOS does, or Team Xecuter goes down, I feel like the Atmosphere is going to find some kind of way to get through. Right. Maybe not Atmosphere, but I feel like that they are going to eventually get through America units.
And my man Joe just shouted out ABGX. I haven't heard that in so long, so I just had to mention that. But do you think that Atmosphere users, being that all this is happening with Team Xecuter, they should start being worried, or Team Atmosphere should start being worried as well?
Well, I don't. If I remember correctly, Team Xecuter was seen to have Nintendo's source code, or some of Nintendo's code, in their SXOS.
Okay. No.
If I remember this correctly, I'm not 100% sure about that one, but if that is true, then Nintendo has an easy way to send them a lawsuit, and in which case I'm pretty sure that Atmosphere has not had that seen in it, considering that it's also open source and on GitHub.
Okay.
So it's probably not in much fear.
All right. So now my man PK Rainey was talking about something that I think is very vital, and I'm going to bring up 309. I see you. I'm about to add you in a moment after I go through this question. Now, he mentioned that many of different systems, his own and some others he known, have been banned with clean sysnams. And they're starting to think that maybe Nintendo is starting to scan the SD cards for any files that show signs of custom firmware being ran. Do you think there's any truth to this? Or do you think Nintendo's possibly using another route to discover if you're running custom firmware or not?
Well, I'm sure they have multiple routes, but I'm pretty sure they will probably be scanning SD cards. Although, for any SX Core users or SX Lite users, that kind of screws them over because you cannot boot it without the SD card.
So everybody with SX Core and SX Lite, you hear that? And yes, it does, because you must have that SD card in. So that is a good point. I'm glad you pointed that out too. So if they are scanning SD cards and you have one of these mod chips and you have to have your SD card in, you're almost setting yourself up for failure. And I hope, like we said, we hope that's not the case, but maybe it will be. Now, 309, I'm about to let 309 on the line. Okay, so Kyle, stay with me. I'm just going to let 309, do I got you on the phone right now?
Two people at
Hi,
once.
This is Aaron calling from Kleiner, Steiner, and Reiner, calling on behalf of Nintendo of America. How are you gentlemen doing tonight?
Oh, we're doing great. We were waiting for you to come on so we can tell you about yourself. Okay? What is going on, my man? I know who you are already. I just had to play.
What's up?
So, hold on.
Honestly, the biggest reason I was calling you was just to make that joke.
Yo, and I knew it. Good thing I can see the number. I seen unknown. I said, I don't know, man. This might be, you know what I'm saying? I see the number. Okay, but we got 646. 646 wants to be added on. So, one moment, guys. 646. Do I have you on the line?
Hey, Nick.
All right, so I got you guys on here. So now, I'm gonna start
We've got a
with.
party going
So
on
we
here.
got. So far, I'm just gonna make sure we got Dead Specimen, we got Kyle, and we got. Is that PK on the line with us?
Yep.
Okay. So we got
we
you.
got all the young people on
We
here.
got the young guys. We got the young guys coming through, showing up here. So I'm going to ask one. Out of all of you gentlemen, is everyone using SXOS besides Dead Specimen, who already said he's using Atmosphere?
Single me out. I know I do use SXOS. I just prefer Atmosphere over its general existence.
I'm with you on that. Okay. So
I like how
I
Atmosphere.
don't really care.
that's what I'm talking about. He said, I don't really care. And you know, I'm one, I don't really care as long as I get to do what I want to do. But Dead Specimen has reasons for using Atmosphere. So I'm going to ask the young guys on here. Talk your stuff.
The only really reason that I love SXOS is because of the XPI mounting. Like you said before, it's just so convenient. You slap a hard drive in there and you're good to go.
So, Dead Specimen, let me tell you, what if I told you Atmosphere will not let me use my external hard drive? It is not as good as SXOS. What do you have to say to people who say that?
Is that correct? You expected some sort of argument? No, you're correct, man.
Yeah,
Well,
no,
and honestly,
I'm
I
good
think the problem is, I think, right, we got 3 main custom promos right now. RayNX is kind of dying, but I'm still going to keep it in here. Yeah, Atmosphere, RayNX, and SXOS. SXOS are for the people who want piracy first, honestly. RayNX is for people who are kind of 50-50. They like having, their overclocks and their, incognito, while also having it kind of built around piracy, while also being, open source. It's not, stealing anything. Is that something you really care about? It's free, all that kind of stuff. And then you have Atmosphere for the people who really, they don't care about piracy, or they don't like piracy. They just want, homebrew, overclocking, themes, all that kind of stuff. So it really just depends on what you want. So there really is no one good custom firmware. It's kind of subjective.
So pretty much, I'm going to ask this. Now, I'll hear a lot. If you're using SXOS, you're a man of piracy. If you're using Atmosphere, you're not. Do you think that holds truth? Or do you think that's all just a myth? Whether you use either one, it does not matter.
I'm going to be 100% honest here. I think that's complete bullshit. Like,
Talk to him.
Okay. I think it's true no matter what custom firmware you use. It just depends on how you use it. You can be a man of piracy on Atmosphere. You just didn't want to pay for the piracy, and you're willing to cut some corners if you really need to. It doesn't. You can be a man of piracy on Atmosphere, RayNX, or SXOS. You might be more likely on one than the other, but it doesn't guarantee you as one.
Who's that? Kyle?
I do kind of feel like you are more likely to pirate on Atmosphere or RayNX because, they're free. And
okay, now that's a big one.
Yeah.
That's a big one. I mean, being free, and that was something that I thought first coming into this. People talk about Atmosphere. Why are you paying for SXOS? You can do this all for free. You don't have to pay for a license. Now, me just being a huge supporter of Team Xecuter since way back in the day, I said I don't care. I'm just going to support Team Xecuter. Okay, but I heard that. That is something I hear. So we got one person saying it might hold a little weight. But we got the other two saying, hey, don't matter if you're a pirate, doesn't matter. But from what I'm hearing from Kyle, it seems like being that it's free, it's more than likely you may have somebody who has access to a free custom firmware to like free games as well. Do you guys think that's true?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to be 100% honest here, yeah.
Okay.
Only because people, if you're going to measure to put piracy before all other, you are going to a point where you don't want to pay for anything at all. You paid for the console, and you're like, you know what? I'm not paying for piracy.
See, there are multiple kinds of pirates, I think. There are, I'm poor as hell, I can't afford anything, I saved up for years upon years just to buy a game console in the first place, I picked the Switch. Those kinds of people are going to use Atmosphere because they want to play, games that they find really cool, but they can't afford it. Whether they themselves, they got a problem with just, something in their life and they lost all the money, or if they're in a place with a really bad economy, or what have you. Then there's the, I can't afford it, but I want to demo the games first or whatever, because there's no official demo. And those are the people where it really depends. Maybe they pick SX for the convenience. Maybe they just want to do it for free because they don't want to get skimped on some game or whatever. And then you've got the religious pirates. I can't afford them, and I don't care about the demos. I just don't want to pay for them. Those, I think, are going to be the people who buy SXOS. Those are going to be the people who, they say, like, yeah, I could use Atmosphere, but SX is much easier. So they pay for the convenience, and then there you go. They can bulk download. They can buy that 1 terabyte micro SD card, or, hook up a 16 terabyte, helium-filled CJ drive with an adapter, bulk download 400 games and throw them onto that drive and just boot them up immediately with SX. Those are going to be the people who, pick SX for piracy over Atmosphere. The people who just can't afford it, though, they're going to, go Atmosphere because they don't want to have to drop another $50, assuming you buy the dongle, on top of, the $300 that they spent years saving up just to buy the console in the first place.
So let me ask you guys this. Now I got all you guys on. Do you guys think that we're going to see more downfalls for Team Xecuter in the coming days? Or do you think we're going to start getting more good news?
From here, there's definitely going to be a spiral of downfall. I'd say for the next 2 months, a good amount of the team on Team Xecuter is going to get chewed out. But after that, I considerably thinking that they will make a rise again, most likely, as I said before, under a rebrand or a reskinned adaptation of SXOS, but they're not the ones to stay down.
Okay.
They've made it 3 years. They've made it, 2.5 years? What stops them from going another 2.5 with some different people? And I think you've got, I don't know if you've seen them, but there's, these, I don't even know if they're like legitimate. Like, I don't know if they even work, but I've seen these, these clones of SXOS that are literally just SXOS with a skin. And, when you pay for it, they go to a different company, and I don't know if they work. I literally haven't looked too much into them.
Okay.
But what stops people like them from existing? These, people always talk about, oh, well, when are they going to make clones of the SX core?
I've been hearing that.
Well, my question's really been, when are they going to start making clones of SXOS? Not even people cracking it to release it for free, but people genuinely trying to rip off SXOS and make their own, put a skin on it or something and try to resell that. My guess is that even if TX completely goes under, how do we have, dozens and dozens of PC scene groups. What stops there from being dozens and dozens of Switch scene groups that, once Team Xecuter goes out, another one comes up to take Team Xecuter's place, even if it's just them, ripping assets from them.
Now, Kyle, I think Kyle had something to say. Kyle, was that you about to talk there?
Well, I was trying to talk earlier about me not liking the skin of SXOS.
Talk to me.
I prefer Atmosphere because I could change that easily in Atmosphere. Although I like SXOS better overall, so.
Okay, no, I like that. So
I think SXOS looks really pretty.
I like the way it looks too, and I'm not gonna lie, I am, a Team Xecuter fanboy. I will admit it. I don't care. Okay, I've always been a fanboy Team Xecuter, and the moment I heard Team Xecuter was dropping this, I said I'm getting it. I don't even care about Atmosphere. Then I started using Atmosphere, and there is benefits and cons to both. So I learned, hey, you know what? I'm just gonna run them both. I don't care. But for those that are making the decision, it seems like they should know, and I like what you guys are saying, it may be a possibility of some down news for the days to come. Now, I do have one other person on the call. Joe, do I have you on the line now?
Yes.
What's up, Joe?
Okay, so Joe.
Hey, what's up, PK? What's up, Specimen? How are you guys? I'm Kyle.
Good.
Good. So Joe,
Joe, you're about to debate a bunch of children. Joe, you're about to get in a debate live with a bunch of children. How do you feel?
I know. Me and you are going to go head to head.
And these kids are not just no little kids. These kids are pretty damn smart, man. They on their game. But Joe, I want you to go ahead and add it, man.
Their A games, their kids, their textbooks. Oh, what I was saying was that for Dead Specimen with the clones of SXOS, here's the deal. Back in the day, there were clones of SXOS in development, but what happened was they put a script file in there that was bricking the systems, not a soft brick, a hard brick.
That's
and
what
they kind of
happened
stopped doing
with
that.
the switches, if I'm correct. They were trying to crack, I think, they started putting it in SXOS 2.1. Or no.
Yes, you were 100% right.
1.4, I believe. And it started where people started making new cracks, and it would just instantly hard brick your switch as soon as you tried to install or launch an XPI.
See, my memory serves me right. They had that script in since day one.
So that's why we all here. So we got some people hearing that the script came in later, but one thing we all can confirm that the script is real and it's alive. We can all confirm that. Okay.
I've combed through SXOS code before. It is there.
Okay.
There's a big sector of code that is jumbled. It's very similar to Gateway 3DS. There's a big sector of code that's jumbled, and then after that sector of code, it's scrambled, and in that scrambled code, there is a bricking sector.
Yes, definitely. I did see, I don't know how long ago, maybe like 6 months ago or whatever, I just saw something like a screenshot on GitHub or whatever, and it shows that where that code is that bricks the system.
Okay, I'm glad I got all you guys.
You can find that for bro. All right, I'm gonna post my Discord in the YouTube chat.
Please do.
All of you add me, but
well, I can't add
Joe,
you.
if you would like to,
I can't add you because I don't have a Discord account. I know I sound really old, but I don't have a Discord account. I need to make one though.
2 seconds. You good? 2 seconds.
Right now.
Well, because I was gonna say if you could add me and then send me that screenshot, because I've actually been meaning, because I think I've seen sort of like what Gateway did specifically. Like I saw a post from some German hacker who got a copy of the brick script for Gateway, but I haven't actually seen specifically what they were doing on SX. So yeah, if you could somehow get me that screenshot, that'd be nice.
Just type my first and last name into Facebook, or you could ask Nick, and he could just add me through Facebook if you have Facebook. Then I got to make a Discord account. I've been meaning to do that for a while, but I've just been so busy with work and everything.
Now, Joe, one question I didn't get to you, Joe. Do you think, because I asked them, do you think that there's going to be more bad news for Team Xecuter to come in SXOS users, or do you think that in the coming days we will start seeing brighter lights?
I think it's going to be kind of like what PK said. It's going to be kind of like a spiral. It's going to be kind of good. It's going to be kind of bad. What happened was the servers got shut down this morning. Then about 5 hours later, they got re-uploaded to China because the servers were originally in Europe, I believe. It could be wrong. Then they were in China. Like I said before, I can't take credit for that information because, you know who I'm talking about, Nick.
Yep.
Who gave that information. So I think that they did a DDoS attack on their servers.
Okay, deep. What do you guys got to say? Did anybody think there's any truth to that?
Who did he think they were doing DDoS?
Wait, who are we saying DDoS them? Are we saying Nintendo DDoS them?
It could be Nintendo, or it could be whoever. I don't know. It just seems that way.
You can't DDoS a service without permission. I don't even think you can at all. But if memory serves me right, you can only do it with written permission from the Federal Communications Commission, and I highly doubt.
Yes,
I don't even think the government does DDoS attacks. If they want to take down a server, they find the location of the server and they seize the server. They don't DDoS them because no DDoS is permanent.
Let's just say they did do a DDoS, even though that's highly illegal using several computers and all that other mumbo jumbo. But here's the deal: that's illegal to DDoS someone. It's also illegal to actually scan through someone's microcard because they're going to be private and personal information on that.
Exactly. And the other thing is
And
too, I
then-
was looking at
I
the
mean-
server history. Because if you have a program, it's called I think it's on MacBook too. It's just a standard homebrew that you can run and execute. And
Mhm.
there are scripts that can let you comb through IP history of websites. So you can say you wanted to check out SX's activation site host.
Yeah, it's like the
You
Wayback
could just go to
Machine.
that IP, and you could see the history. So if there would have been a DDoS attack, Joe, there would be a script that would show that it was DDoS, and there would be a ton of packet loss.
Yo, okay, so Joe, I just want to say, this is gonna make me sound like a hardcore Nintendo simp. I'm trying not to be, but
Talk to him.
I partially disagree with you on the privacy thing, because I think if Nintendo wanted to find, if they wanted to find custom firmware on your system, all they would need to do is check for a RayNX atmosphere folder or a file called boot.dat on the root. And that's all they would need to do. If they saw that and they wanted to flag you for it, then that's all they would need to do. Nothing really gets, especially if there's a boot.dat or a RayNX, right? Maybe that's
Hold on,
a
hold on,
tiny
hold on.
chance
I'm
that
gonna
you're
hold
really,
you right there. I'm gonna-
you might be really into astrology, so you have a folder called atmosphere for some reason on your SD card. But then they could just check, okay, well, is there a file called, I don't know, Fusey dash or underscore secondary? And then if there's that, then they say, okay, your system's flagged.
Yo,
Is it
I'm dying
cheating?
laughing.
Yes, but
He
is
said
it
you
a-
into
is it a
astrology.
privacy risk?
Why else would you have an atmosphere folder? You know what I mean?
Users, when you updated your firmware too, they could also check that way too. But no, you're definitely right. Just run a script and say, hey, look for these
The
files
other
and
thing
block
they
them.
can check
not-
is Atmosphere and SXOS, all custom firmwares, leave a sector of their booting on your the keys on your switch. So they won't even have to look at your SD card. They'll be able to see, and you can't wipe your keys on your Switch. So as soon as you boot your Switch up or update it and it connects to Nintendo servers, they'll see, whoop, there are keys on that. We're flagging your Switch and you're getting banned.
Well, and I think Kyle said, I think it might have been Kyle that said this, that if you have ASX Core or SX Lite, that there's nothing you can do because you can't take the chip out. And I don't even think it's necessarily the chip that is what would screw you over. It's the fact that they force inject. They force.
The SD card has to boot that back no matter what.
Now, here's the deal.
Oh
with the
yeah,
chip,
you can't take out the
also-
SD card.
Yeah, you can't take out the
Well-
SD card, and you also can't load up any other custom firmware like Atmosphere or ANX.
I don't
because
even think
not-
it's that. I think what it is that if they wanted to check if you had the mod chip, Team Xecuter forces on their bootloader onto your NAND. So all they need to do is check if the bootloader has been overwritten, and if it has, then that's how they can flag your content. And that's probably how they're getting people who have clean sysnans, is that they're not clean. They have the bootloader overwritten. All they have to do is check to see. They literally just need to check, probably one value. If that value isn't correct, that's all they need to ban you.
Here's the deal. My system
not-
didn't get banned. My system didn't get banned until the chips came out.
Huh.
Believe it or not, that when the chips came out, that's when my system got banned. I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm not mad about it. I knew it was going to happen eventually. Here's the deal. My PlayStation 3 got banned for being online. My Switch got banned for being online. And check this out. My Xbox 360, Red Ring of Death, and never got banned for playing backed up games. That goes
See, I
to
have
tell
a
you
funny
something.
story with getting my console banned, because I got my console banned, but I banned it. It's not Nintendo banning it. I ended up using incognito and didn't save my prod info backup, so my console's offline. But technically, I've never been banned. So congratulations, Nintendo. Fuck you guys. I win.
Nah, let me give one shout out because I know I'm not sure if that's Kyle. Kyle, I want to get you in because I know you're gonna say something very valuable. I just want to shout out Steiner for the donation, a $3 donation and a $4 donation. Steiner, thank you. This is why I do it. Information is trying to get out. That's all we're trying to do is get the information out. Now, I want to get to you, Kyle. What do you have to say?
It's not illegal to check through their SD card as long as they're only checking through it on the system itself and not going to Nintendo servers at all. So they can legally check the SD card as long as all of the stuff that checks it is on the Switch itself And then if it has the information that is not allowed by them, then they can send that they have that information to Nintendo.
Okay, now I like that. Now, guys, gentlemen, I'm going to have
Hold
to
on.
end. I know. Well, let me get, I'm going to go ahead and get everybody their last words in now. So I want you to go ahead to start. I believe that's PK. PK, go ahead and speak your piece.
I wanted to say just to the guy that lost their prod info.
Dead specimen.
The man that made Troy de Jour, the wonderful man, actually has a script tutorial on how to actually generate your own info back after you lost it. So that may be something that you might want to look into. But also, don't forget to subscribe and like.
Yes, appreciate that. Now, Kyle, any last words before we end it?
Go make a Discord account, and everybody here check out the Discord. I don't like Facebook, so Discord.
I'm with you. Discord is very nice. I'm with you on that. So now, Dead Specimen, any last words you have to say to the people?
Oh, any last words? My last words are, gentlemen, I will see you in court.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
I'm trolling y'all.
Oh, we love it.
I love y'all. Subscribe.
We love it, man.
Make sure you subscribe.
Yeah, we love it, man. And Joe, any last words you got for the people, man?
My last words are for if anyone's looking for a version 1 Switch, go on GameStop's website, go under the refurbished section, and click gray, and those are the version 1 Switches.
Ooh,
They're only available in the stores, though, not online.
that was deep information.
Well,
So, go ahead. I hear you about to say something on that. What do you think about that?
Only that was a thing in Canada, but the EV Games, which is GameStop in Canada, doesn't do it like GameStop does, and don't really refurbish systems.
Okay. All right. So that's a it might be.
In Canada, you're screwed.
Yeah, exactly. So it might be needed, but other than that, gentlemen, I appreciate it. I'm going to end. We will do this again. I love having all you gentlemen on. That is wonderful. That's something we will be doing from now on. I'll get you guys one by one, and then I want all you guys to jump in. But other than that, every one of y'all, MoFam, take it easy for the day, man.
All right. See
You
you
too,
guys
bro.
later.
Have a good night, Nick.
Take care, man.
Later.
Bye, guys. Have a good night.
All right. Now, before I take off, I got 3 questions right now. And I mentioned the 24 games that I have to give away. Okay. I want you guys in the chat, whether you're in Facebook, whether you're in Twitch, or whether you're on YouTube. My first question, and these are all going to be related to my channel, of course. Okay. First one is, what was the title of my first live stream video? If you can put that in the chat, whoever puts it in first, whether it's Facebook or YouTube, will go ahead and get that. And I can see about a second. Okay. So anybody know what was my first live stream video? Anybody? You can go ahead, go to my YouTube, go ahead and search my first live stream video. So this is not first video. This is the first live stream video. I know what it is. I remember when I first did it. Okay. So I don't even have to look, but I'm going to go ahead and look here. Let me see in the chat. I just want to make sure. Okay. We ain't got it yet. I see you guys are looking. So that is going to be the first question. All right. Now, once I get that, I'll move on to the second. I just want to go ahead while you guys are looking for that. I did go ahead and get a message from 856. As always, they text in. Love you so much, Mr. MoFam. Blessings us with the modding insight. It is always appreciated. Know that all you do is valued. Amazing show. Another one. Infinity blessings to MoFam. Okay, gotta shout you out on that, my dude. Appreciate it. Okay, so now the next question, and remember, all these questions you don't have to answer right away, as long as you answer them in the chat or the comments of either Facebook or YouTube, and you are the first one. Okay. Second question. Hold on. Oh, Kyle, you close. That's not it, Kyle. You're close, though. You're getting close to it. It's not the first one, but you are getting close. Okay. And as you see, Mortal Kombat 11 ruined my life. Okay. That was a live stream I do remember. You guys are getting close. Okay, close. SS 3.0. Not that one, Joe. You're close. Now, remind you, that was my first live starting the podcast. There was a live I did way back, and I'll give you guys a hint. It was a mobile game that I actually played during that live stream. Okay? So that's the hint. It was a mobile game that I played. Okay? You guys can go ahead and go to the YouTube, look through my videos, and look. But it was a mobile game. Now, I don't know where it's at on my page. I just know it's there. Okay? And if we don't get it, how about this? I'm going to go ahead. Oh, PK Rainey knocked it out. So PK Rainey, already got you, my man. Hey, do me a favor. You can either hit me up in Discord, Facebook, or you can put your email address there. I'm going to give you the list of games. You go ahead and pick one. It is 24 games from Humble Bundle. That's going to be September and October's list of 24 games. So that was the first one. So my man PK knocked it out. Clash Royale Taco Tuesday. And for those who don't know, I'm a Clash Royale fanboy. Haven't played in about 2 days. That's kind of a long time for me. Okay. But I love Clash Royale. Play Clash Royale all the time. Fanboy Clash Royale. So second question. That's PK Rainey is a winner. Okay. Let me go ahead, PK. I just want to get a screenshot of your email right now. Okay. Bam. Oh, we got it. You put it in there. I'm telling you, I got moderators that's doing me good. Okay. I appreciate that. So I will be sending the list to you, PK. You just pick whichever one you want. I'll send you the Steam key for that. If you're not sure how to redeem these Steam keys, I will go ahead and also have the instructions in the email on how to redeem them on Steam. So congratulations to PK. So my next question, and you guys were already on the videos. What is my first video ever on the channel? Okay. I'll give you another hint. The video is years old. Okay. Years long. It's real old. I want to see. Okay. And Shane, I appreciate it. Shane said thank you for the amazing show. I appreciate it. I get a lot of messages here saying thank you for the amazing show. Guys, I really appreciate you guys. You know, I do this to try to spread out as much information as I can. You guys are wonderful. I would not be here without you guys. So that's the best I can do, is just try to give back as much as I can. All right. But I appreciate that, Shane. I really do. Okay. Who put that? Kyle. Yo, Kyle with one. Yes, that is correct. Does anybody beat Kyle? No. That is correct. 6 years ago, I had a video called Homewood Flossmoor something. I was at Homewood Flossmoor High School playing basketball. That was officially my first video. Okay. Now, this is one I think a lot of you will probably be able to get. This is not in relation to my channel. I was going to make it my channel, but nah. I want to pull this up for myself just to make sure I don't get any of the information wrong. Okay. So, what is the names of the gentlemen by Team Xecuter that were brought into custody on charges? Both names of the two gentlemen. I'm looking here. Both names of the two gentlemen are in custody. There were 3 total, but only 2 of them were brought into custody. Okay, there was 3 total. And I'm looking here back on Facebook, YouTube, make sure I'm not missing it. Damn, Dead Specimen. Yo, y'all got it, man. All of them gone. So, yo, I want Kyle. I already got you, Kyle. I know how to communicate with you. Dead Specimen, I need your email. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and send you that. And you know what, Joe? You my man. I know you was there, Joe. You was trying, my man. I got you. We'll figure out something for you. All right, man. But other than that, those were the 3 keys. I just want to give away 3 today. I will be doing another live stream next week. I'll be giving out more games. Like I said, I have a total of 24 to give away. Some of these games, great titles, man. I mean, top AAA titles. Some of them are indie titles. Just a wide variety of games. I'm going to just give you the list in order of the first to second to third question, and you guys pick. But other than that, man, I love you guys for staying in tune. Appreciate it. If you are a winner, just go ahead and put your email down there. I will go ahead and send it to you. It's your boy, Nick Moses 05. I love you guys. Appreciate it. We are out.